We continue to see time after time the activists at Lucasfilm who are running Disney Star Wars continue to pander to people who are completely and totally insignificant in the grand scheme of things. They want the modern audience. They want these people. They want these people, but they continue to push away the vast majority of the fan base who are just quite frankly normal people that want normal entertainment. Instead, we continue to get things like this. Star Wars debuts first look at transgender clone trooper after Disney CEO Bob Iger said he removed company from the culture war. Now, one thing I do want to point out before we get too far into this story is the fact that this is not necessarily a new addition to the Star Wars universe. This happened 2 years ago. This character was created and promoted and bragged about 2 years ago. The idea that we need so much representation in Star Wars that, you know what? All those people that are bred from the same exact person, supposed to be genetic duplicates of this person, we're not going to call this one defective because we wouldn't want to label them defective if they're transgender. But this one just so happens to have a different gender identity than Jango Fett. And hey, some people, some activists, very excited about it. Most normal people think it's fucking stupid. The Secrets of the Clone Troopers introduces a first look at Sister, a trans woman clone trooper. Little trans flag there. Rex's description of Sister in the book reads, when one of our kind expressed her gender identity differently than her fellow troopers, she featured she'd have to hide who she truly was inside. Fortunately, her brothers of the 7th Sky Corps gave her the name Sister as a constant reminder that she belonged. So The Secrets of the Clone Troopers, it's a book that's combining a bunch of different little factoids and things like this about different clone troopers, all right, with art involved. They really felt the need to put Sister in there for the representation. And this is a character that was created 2 years ago and put into this book right here by E.K. Johnston. The character first appeared in E.K. Johnston's Queen's Hope back in 2022. In a now deleted post, Johnston shared concept art of the character. Johnston wrote in the post, her name is Sister because her brothers wanted to make sure everyone knew she belonged. And if it's possible, this concept art is even uglier than the final product that they delivered. I wish it just looked like Jango Fett with a wig on. That would have been funnier. But no, they got to somehow make this person even uglier. In another post, Johnson added, Sister doesn't have a huge part in the book, so we didn't want to use her existence as promo. I made her to be shared, not just with readers, but with other Star Wars writers as well. P.S. She's functionally immortal. Plot armor that makes Darth Maul look like a pushover. That's probably a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but this is the book where it debuted. And, you know, the author talked about how the story group really wanted her to put a trans character in there. Maybe could you make this person trans? She said, no, but I can make a whole new character and have them interact with Anakin fucking Skywalker. This is the interaction between Anakin and Sister. She needs to get acceptance from Anakin. Anakin and Sister, a trans woman clone trooper, discuss gender in Queen's Hope. This is in a galaxy far, far away. A galaxy far, far away, and you have to have transgendered clones for some fucking reason who have, here in our world, a trans flag type of color scheme. This is what we're dealing with and have been dealing with in Star Wars for over a decade now. Woke activists who just want to insert modern day bullshit into this story that is not theirs to do so with. But let's get back to the quote. Anakin, the Jedi are all about transcending things. I don't think we can complain if you've transcended gender. Sister, transcended gender. We'll work on it, but I like where it's heading. Fuck you. Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you, Lucasfilm. And of course, this has even gathered the attention of outlets who usually don't talk about this stuff. It has entered the zeitgeist where people that know nothing about Star Wars are talking about it. But that is where you see how these things truly resonate with the general audience. Look at TMZ. Star Wars fans lashed out over transgender stormtrooper. No freaking way. Not a stormtrooper. It's a clone trooper. Same thing here. Transgender Star Wars stormtrooper divides fans. It's a clone trooper, not a stormtrooper. But with all these headlines, you can see that normal people are like, what the fuck are they even doing? What is the purpose of this? And I saw this very interesting post by Sacred Cow Shipyards. Okay, serious talk, just for the giggles. I know about 99. He was intentionally kept around to see how the Jango Fett clones would age. I know about Bad Batch. There were deliberate mutations to see how far the genome could be pushed. I know about Omega. She's a one-off that was kept quiet because she wouldn't have been tolerated otherwise. Omega, stupid, fucking stupid character that shouldn't exist either. And yes, transgenderism could totally exist in the Star Wars universe among trillions of souls. Not in these clones, though. And certainly not those made by Kaminoans, because that's what clone troopers are. Copies of the original Jango Fett, admittedly, with growth acceleration and behavioral modifications built into them. That's what the Kaminoans are. Mass producers of a product who are notorious for recycling an entire crop of clones simply because a few samples said a crop were performing outside of parameters. Them skinny, tall squishies did love them some quality assurance because they were making a product, and that product was meant to be replaceable, faceless cogs in a massive, uncaring machine designed to turn them all into dust. It is the dumbest possible thing in the world for you to introduce a transgender clone trooper. It makes no sense. And it's clearly there just to pander to the weirdos that are out there. That all they care about is diversity and representation, not about the story itself. Well, 2 years after this character was actually introduced into Disney Star Wars canon, we finally get our first official artist depiction in the book Secrets to Clone Troopers. And now a lot of those people, probably a lot of overlap with the Acolyte fans who love this kind of thing, they're finding out that when normal people see what they're doing to Star Wars, they're quite utterly repulsed and disgusted because this makes absolutely no sense. And normal people want them to stop pushing this stuff everywhere they can in Disney Star Wars.